Hey boys and girls, this is Mr. Bell. Today we're going to be talking about order of operations. Alright, so order of operations is simply the order in which operations are worked in an expression when you have more than one operation. Because if you only have one operation, you don't have a choice. If it's an addition problem, 2 plus 3, you got to add. Alright, so this only applies when you have more than one operation, whether it's addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Okay? So the term that is usually described with this is PEMDAS. All right? The P stands for parentheses. For parentheses. Now, the parentheses are really any type of grouping symbol. Okay, any type of grouping symbol. Could be parentheses, could be brackets, could be a division sign. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, when I say division sign, I mean like a fraction bar. All right. Okay, let's see what else. E stands for exponents. M stands for multiplication. D stands for division. A stands for addition, and S for subtraction. So PEMDAS, you do everything in the parentheses first, then you clear all your exponents out. Then, without regard to order, meaning it doesn't matter which comes first, you do either multiplication or division. Then, the same thing here. Without regard to order, whichever happens first, you do it from left to right. Okay? From left to right. Addition or subtraction. Same thing, multiplication and division. And I'm going to explain this here in a minute. So I want to describe this diagram here for you real quick. Okay? Now this is why PEMDAS is important. This is how operations work. You have addition and you have subtraction. All right? They are inverse operations of each other, which means they undo one another. All right, subtraction does the opposite of of addition, and you know this. Okay, same thing for division and multiplication. Multiplying undoes division. Division, I don't know if undoes is the proper word, but they undo each other. Okay, but addition and multiplication, they're repeated operations. I repeat a lot of addition, and I can do it a lot easier with multiplication. I can repeat a lot of subtraction, and I can do it a lot easier with division. So not addition, but multiplication and division they carry more weight because they can do more at once. So we want to do these first, right? I can multiply and get bigger numbers quicker than I can with addition. All right? Then with repeated addition, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 or whatever, that takes a while and it's laborious. But I can do multiplication 2 times 10 a whole lot easier. So these carry more weight is what I'm getting at. Okay, so we want to do these first. Then we can go and do the smaller ones, the addition and the subtraction. So that's the whole purpose of the order of operations. We want to do the big stuff first and then mess with the small stuff. Now, I want to show you why PEMDAS is important, okay? Let's say we have two students. We got Richard and we have Jeremy, all right? They're both given the same problem. All right? Now, Richard says, I'm going to do this first. 3 plus 4 is 7, times 2 is 14. Jeremy, on the other hand, says, no, I'm going to do the multiplication first. So he has 3 plus 4 times 2, which is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. So, exact same problem, not using order of operations, and we get 14. Using the order of operations, we get 11. But which one's correct? Well, with that diagram that I just showed you, it helps us organize our thoughts. And if everybody's doing it the same way, then we're going to get the right answer, okay? Because that's the way the problems are set up, is to use order of operations. This is the right answer because we followed order of operations. We did our multiplication first, and then we did our adding, okay? It's uniform. It's consistent. That's why we do it that way. Okay, so now I want to give you several examples to show you how it works, okay? And what to do when and what not to do when. According to PEMDAS, according to the order of operations, we want to do multiplication first. So 7 times 8 is 56. And then we just bring our 6 down and we say 6 plus 56 is 62. 62 is our final answer. PEMDAS, we do multiplication first, then our addition. Okay, here's our next example. 16 divided by 8 minus 2. So once again, we're looking at PEMDAS. PEMDAS tells us the first thing I want to do is my division. So 16 divided by 8 is 2 minus 2. My answer is 0. Which also happens to look like a donut. Okay, here's our next example. Okay, first thing I want to mention, that dot right there. That dot means to multiply. You're going to start seeing this a lot more. The reason we use the dot is because soon we're going to be introducing variables. One variable that we use a lot is an x. An x looks a lot like a time sign. So we are now going to replace the time sign with this dot. Okay? And we also have parentheses in this problem. So according to PEMDAS, we do our grouping symbols first. We do our parentheses first. So 25 minus 11 is 14 times 3. All right, so I don't know my 14 times tables. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. So my answer is 42. Okay, here's our final example. And this is a bit of a doozy, okay? It's longer. We got several operations. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 operations in this problem. All right, so if you just looked at this problem, you might say, oh my gosh, this is way too much work, okay? But using PEMDAS, we can break it down and we can make it a lot easier, okay? So let's follow the steps. According to PEMDAS, we do what's inside the parentheses first, okay? So to keep this coherent and to keep it organized, I like to write everything down that I don't do, okay? I follow steps, all right? So I'm not doing this 9 minus 5 divided by, so I'm going to write down 9 minus 5 divided by. I'm going to do the operation inside the parentheses. 8 minus 3 is 5 times 2. Now I'm bringing all this down, plus 6, okay? Now this is like a new equation for me, or not equation, but a new expression. So now I look for, I've done my parentheses, I look for any exponents, which I don't see any exponents in here. Then I look for multiplication and division, all right? Because I'm going to do those operations simultaneously from the left to the right. So I see that I have division first. So I keep my 9 minus. 5 divided by 5 is 1 times 2 plus 6. Now, brand new expression. I want to find my order of operations. I'm looking for parentheses. I don't have any. I'm looking for multiplication and division. Well, I have multiplication. So I keep my 9 minus. 1 times 2 is 2 plus 6. Brand new expression. Follow the order of operations. No parentheses. No multiplication or division. So now I'm on my addition and subtraction step. I do the first thing that comes left to right. 9 minus 2 is 7 plus 6. Now I don't really have to worry about order of operations because I only have one operation in the problem. 7 plus 6 is 13, and 13 is my final answer. If you follow the steps to order of operations, I promise you, you'll always get the right answer.